Joe likes Scorsese, and Raanan is Jewy. It's Joe and Raanan talk movies.
All right, we're here.
We're back
live from Action.
from Skankfest, where Joe and we got a guest. We haven't done this in forever.
First guest. Oh no, Louis.
We had Louis.
We had Louis twice.
Maybe this will be like that, where everyone clips up the clips and doesn't have us in it. Just you. just
me.
gonna be Luke talks about 2001.
Yeah, just YouTube shorts of just me and you guys are blurred out.
Do you know what happened with it? We're fucking idiots. I'm getting smarter slowly. I didn't know anything about YouTube, anything about anything. And we started the show. We had Louis C.K., his first podcast that he's done since he got canceled,
Right.
like in 10 years. Since he his career ended, he came back. His first podcast back was our podcast.
He dipped his toes with us.
And we weren't monetized. We didn't do a clip. We didn't do anything.
By the way, this is a long time ago, but I was gonna quit comedy because I just talked to him like a person I knew. Wait, shit.
I was hoping you would have quit. I didn't realize how close we were.
That was so real.
I
just thought
assumed you
something.
did. I didn't know what's been happening for the last folks.
I just talked to him like a regular person because I knew him, and talking to Louis like he's regular and not letting him speak in a long monologue made people more angry in the comments than I've ever seen people be angry. I thought we'd get in trouble for having him on. We got in trouble for me just interrupting him a couple times. Like that was what people
hated us.
I was going to quit comedy. People were so mean.
They were like, these
it.
two fucking idiots. And then, by the way, this is what's so funny about, I hate talking about YouTube commenters and everything. And then I go on Rogan with Louis, Rogan, and everyone's like, Liz just shut down. Look at him. He doesn't say anything. Couldn't handle the spotlight. And I'm like, if I had said more than 3 sentences, look at this cuck liberal piece of shit talking during the Legends.
Because you let me talk like on the Louis pod and I got destroyed. I was like a lamb to slaughter. You pushed me out there.
I knew you were fucked. I fucking put tape over my mouth.
It was a real Goldilocks situation.
It was so
Small
bad.
piece of tape.
But anyway, after we did it, every day now we'll be on YouTube and I'll be like, ooh, Louis C.K. talks about There Will Be Blood. And it's just our podcast and they've cut us out. It's just him talking.
And it has 380,000 views.
They make money from it.
And we didn't even monetize. Like, I didn't know how to put
we don't know how
ads
to do
in.
anything. Yeah.
Anyways, we're here. And speaking of movies, don't tell anybody whatever the movie's got. What did you do? You
I
all
just
right?
spilled water. Yeah.
Are those your tears? We just finished watching Tom Dustin, Portrait of a Comedian, and Luke is in shambles over here.
I have to say, I just watched the debut of the world premiere of Joe's documentary, Tom Dustin, Portrait of a Comedian, and I cried.
Twice.
Sat next to him weeping.
Like a girl. No offense to the girls.
I will say, it's okay. It's okay to be emotional. It's okay to be emotional when it comes to a documentary, and crying is good. As Donald Trump said, I know many people who cry. Some of them are very good people. You seen that clip of him? He's like, I know some criers. Some people cry, and I think they're good people.
That's how emotional he'll get. He'll just approve existence of other people who cry. I would never do it.
Yes, that's literally says, I don't cry personally.
It's a little gay, but if other people do it. Yeah, I think I'm doing kind of a good one for a second, right?
Yeah, that was good. Actually, you have there's a timbre. We won't talk about the documentary, but there's a certain
I would do it.
We're done with my film already. We're talking about Trump. People
quality
love
of
this.
your voice.
Let's go right into Trump talk.
This podcast feels so weird. I've never had people watch. I've never had
Thank you so much.
Fucking Luke in here. It's like this is like a new podcast.
No, okay, so
I've never had people not laughing.
You
watching
put
us the whole
together
time.
a really just sort of. It was just very moving, and I think anything. I'm a softie for anything that's about comedy and friendship and reflecting on a friendship. And thank God, you and Tom are both very emotionally open.
Yes,
adult men. And it's okay to be emotional.
I'm emotional.
I don't know why I'm single.
You guys in movies only. And we're voting for Kamala.
But
comments. Tell us why we shouldn't in the comments. Algorithm, baby.
But when I walked in for a second, I didn't see the whole thing. I'm going to see it in 2 weeks. I had a spot.
Raanan literally. Luke is in it. Luke's crying. I look. Tell him.
First of all, there's a seat saved for Tom Dustin, the subject of the film, and Joe goes, save the seat for, and then halfway through the movie, Raanan walks in, sits in Tom Dustin's seat.
Cut the tape. Get in there.
Sits on the seat, and then at one point, he's been in there for 2 minutes, and then he just pulls out his phone and starts going like this, and I go to Joe, and I go,
Well,
tell
Raanan
the full
asked
story.
me. First
I got
of all,
approval.
But still, no, you go like this. Raanan goes, would it be all right if I took my phone out to check the time?
I didn't hear that.
Which is still insane to do. And he goes, because I have a spot. And then I go, yeah, dude, whatever. Like, what am I going to say? No. And he pulls his phone out and he's like this. I just see him just flipping through apps.
He's literally doing the app flip. You know, when you're scrolling, he's doing the mindless app scroll.
It's like a pot of spaghetti.
How funny would it have been? Like, can I? Is it okay if I check my phone to just look through Instagram for the next couple of minutes?
I thought that's what you were doing, and I didn't want to say anything because I was
ask for approval.
Yeah.
Is it okay if I look at porn like just for the next 20 minutes?
I couldn't believe that you were doing that.
Well,
That's
I had to
egregious.
check the time. I had a spot.
But what you do in that situation is you look at your phone before you go into the movie theater. Correct me if I'm wrong, everybody. You look at your phone before you go into the movie theater, and then you feel it out, right? Because you always feel it out. I never, if I had an obligation, even in a movie that it wasn't made by a friend, if I'm for example,
sitting next to him.
that's true.
I'm Spielberg. You sat next to Spielberg during Jaws.
During
and
Jaws.
Pulled out your fucking pocket watch.
During Jaws.
I wanted to watch it. I had to go to a spot. It was badly scheduled. They should have known not to put me on a show when your movie's playing. Don't they
Actually,
know our
from a
relationship?
programming perspective.
Also,
Yeah.
the movie started a half hour late because there's no Wi-Fi in the building.
Oh, really?
Which is
Oh,
yeah.
hilarious.
And I
They're
have
like,
to-
we're uploading the film onto a hard drive.
Yes.
And it should take 30 minutes. And I'm like, we're 5 minutes past the time it was supposed to start.
Yeah, there was no Wi-Fi in the building, and then at one point, they were like fiddling back there, and I went, "You could use my hotspot."
Really? For the movies on
Which
your
is-
hotspot?
which is your face, by the way.
Thank you so much.
What a hot face. Is he hot or what, ladies?
All right, we're going back to a
Thank
two-person
you.
show. Get out of here. This is
Okay, I'm
ridiculous.
sorry. He says I'm hot, and then everybody on YouTube is like, "This is the
They're like-
ugliest
they're like,
guy
"No,
I've
he's
ever
not.
seen."
Why does Liz
People
think
hate
that?
me.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's really crazy. Thank you for saying it, but you need to stop because people are coming after me. My family is getting threats every day.
It's funny because if I didn't say anything, people would be like, "Oh, he's a cute kid." But because I'm like, he's so hot, everyone's like, he's an ugly
Well, you
piece
know
of
what's
shit.
interesting about you? You kind of have like a cute, nebbishy face, like almost like of a nebbishy guy, but then you're also a tall guy. So it's like a combination of
Tall
the...
Jew.
No
the-
nebbish, no neb.
No neb.
But
don't
just
see
like a
any of that.
Jewishy face. Like a Jewishy, like...
Can I tell my?
no,
can I
he
tell
doesn't look
my?
like a
Can I
Jew.
tell my the John Mayer story I told you?
Please.
So I was doing a show in LA a few weeks ago. Greg Fitzsimmons comes in, great comic, comes into the green room at the club, and I haven't seen him in a long time, and he looks at me and he goes, "You know, you kind of look like John Mayer. Anybody ever tell you that?" And I go, no one's ever told me that. I don't think I look like John Mayer, right? Anyway, we move on. The host comes in. She's a newer comedian. She goes, "What would you like me to say?" And then as a joke, Greg goes, "You could say he looks like John Mayer." And everybody laughs. And I was like,
did it?
I go, "Please don't say that. Please don't say that," you know? And then she goes out on stage and she goes, "All right, everybody, this next comedian told me to say he thinks he looks like John Mayer."
Oh, my God.
And people went, and I walked out and I was like,
What a bitch.
I think, but she wasn't trying to pull a fast one on me. It was a genuine, like she thought that's
Why
what she was
even
supposed
say,
to do.
like, that's like that story. I must have told you this where I had a credit for, like, a shitty credit where I started, like, Laughs on Fox. And I was doing a show and the host was like, "Do you want me to say anything?" I'm like, "You can say Laughs on Fox." And then the host went out and goes, "This next comedian wants me to tell you all he was on Laughs on Fox." It's like, why did you not know to, like, cut out the part where you tell them? Like,
Exactly.
It reminds me of my favorite story when I was in Dayton, Ohio at whatever that, I forget the name of the fucking club. I'll think of it. Wiley's.
Wiley's.
And
Coyotes.
Jeff Tate was doing a guest spot. The MC was new, and the MC says, "Hey, what do you want me to say?" And he goes, "Just say Craig Ferguson." And then the MC goes on and goes, "The next comedian is Craig Ferguson." True story.
That's funny.
Jeff Tate also did a guest spot in Portland.
He did. Jeff Tate lives in Portland now.
Does he live in Portland?
That's right.
He dresses like he's lived in
Well,
Portland.
that's what I was
going to
say. He was like, where can I get the most flannel shirts to put on my waist? If you know Jeff Tate, that hits really hard. For the folks at home who know Jeff Tate, that's going to hit big.
He's got interesting fingerless gloves.
You know what I did that was really
The rapiest
stupid?
of gloves,
After
yeah.
the movie, I went back on stage. We had a limited time, and instead of saying everybody spread the word, put it on Reddit, put it on Instagram, I went, "He's not here, but keep it going for Patrick Holbert, the editor."
Who gives a shit about
And you
the
literally go, I don't.
This is why I can't succeed.
You gave Patrick credit that you were like, "I told him different things to do, and he did them." and then you ended it.
And then, but I should have been like, everyone go post about it,
gotta
talk
be like
about
Bert
it.
Kreischer. Take off his shirt and be like, tell everybody, word of mouth. That's how he does it.
I know.
I thought there was going to be a talk back. I wanted those like high chairs that they have at movie Q&As.
Director's chairs.
Oh, director chairs.
Yeah, geez.
Sorry,
I thought you were in
everybody.
the biz.
Wow.
It's embarrassing you're on the show.
I call them Joe List chairs now.
But wait,
Hey, now.
what? Was Tom there?
Yeah, he was there.
It turns out he was in the theater and
Well,
he was
he
in the
said
top
that- he
corner.
said I was in
I know.
the
I didn't
seat.
think he was there.
Oh no, he went up to the top because he
So
knew
what
he was
did he
going to be
say?
emotional.
What
He
did
came up after. He was very emotional, and he told a great story about his proposal, about how he tried to get a falcon and they
Killed.
hit him an owl.
Yeah.
Killed.
They killed.
Can I tell a lot? I mean, I've only seen a little of the
He's got
documentary.
to watch 3 minutes. He's going to tell us all about
This
it.
is
Yeah,
the
tell
most
us about-
insane thing I've ever
Tell us about
seen.
the 2 minutes that you weren't texting.
But they're the.
I mean, you literally, it's not an exaggeration to say you watched 45 seconds of the film.
I did not. I watched like 3 minutes or 4 minutes. Well, first of all,
not
the
true.
hilarious part where he's like, "Can I talk about a part for a minute?" Or is that
Yeah,
spoiler?
talk about it.
The part where like
about it.
he's like talking about his like alcoholism on stage, and then it's like really long. And he's just like, "Anyway, your next comedian." The fact that he's like in between sets, such a funny gag. It's like so long. And he's like. Anyway, you're like, oh, he's a host. That was like that was time in between.
There was
That's
a moment, though, too, where it was a really touching part where he's talking about his alcoholism, and it's kind of sad, and people were like dying laughing. The comedians all behind me were like cracking up.
I know.
What's going on there?
There was a couple of those moments, and it's only a reflection of the fact that you had a bunch of degenerate comedians in the crowd around you watching. It's not a reflection of the film at all, but there were points where it was a touching moment. It was meant to be touching, and then you heard people go, oh,
Yeah, he's
because
like, I might
only
kill
the
myself
comedians.
tomorrow. And they're like,
It's just tough
Yeah.
because he's so funny the whole time.
He's
It's
very
hard to
funny.
it's hard to put the foot on the brake pedal when someone's laughing.
But John
making you
Q,
laugh.
audience member, watching this in a theater near you soon, is going to not have that reaction at all. He's going to be crying. He's going to be
He'll
like me.
why do I only have one letter for my last name?
what do you mean?
Yeah, John Q, his last name is audience member.
John Q.
audience member.
That's right. Sorry.
Yeah.
John Q, that's another
does
film.
sense.
Have you guys talked about John Q on the podcast?
We haven't talked about movies. What the fuck? This is
We're talking about my movie right now.
Talk about his movie.
documentary.
You guys can talk about a documentary.
All right, let's talk a little bit about Don't Tell Any. I don't know the name of the movie.
Speak No
Speak
Evil.
No Evil. I
Anyone.
can't remember Speak No Evil.
Joe's movie's great. I mean, what I saw was hilarious, and apparently there's some moving parts.
George, you saw it? You liked it? Loved it.
You need to stop reviewing the film.
Yeah, knock it
I
off.
wanted to talk about
Go.
Speak No Evil.
Aren't you doing a screening in October?
Yeah, October 11th. It's sold
gonna
out. You
talk
can't get
about
in.
it after that.
But how about, by the way, this is what Raanan does, though. We do a movie podcast. He'll be reviewing the movie. He's like, I hated it. It's a piece of shit. And I couldn't even watch more than 8 minutes. I was on my phone immediately. I'm like, wait, what?
So you're just on the phone for all the movies.
No,
that you
I'm
haven't
watching
watched.
a
No,
movie.
that's not true. That's false information.
So how did you guys hear about the film Speak No Evil?
Speak
All right,
No
that's
Evil.
what we're
Somebody's-
talking about.
Hey,
Mark.
Marcus.
Mark Normand.
Can we
How's
get
it
another
going?
microphone?
Am I late? Am I early? What is
You're late. This is Joe and Raanan. We're late. But get on here. Get a microphone.
No, get in here.
Yeah, swing in.
That's how you doing, buddy?
Get a chair. Get a mic.
Oh, thanks. Look at that.
We're talking about Tom Dustin, Portrait of a Comedian. You ever hear it?
I heard it bomb.
No, it killed. They cried. They laughed. Good to see you. You just got here. You missed so much.
I heard Ari took a bloody shit.
Ari took a bloody
Yeah.
shit on the floor, ran his easy, painted his dick
I
black.
saw someone come. Ari was like hanging out back behind the show, and so the host was like, "You want to do time?" Only here would someone take a shit on stage, and someone immediately the next day be like, "Want to do time on
Yeah.
the show?"
Can I just point out, this is Raanan summed up, by the way, and it's nice because we have a juxtaposition. You put your glasses on the table. Look how Raanan puts his eyeglasses literally
Strange.
lens down.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's Captain Smudge.
Let me just take.
Captain Smudge.
He is Captain Smudge.
You're gonna leave a baby in a hot car one day.
I already
Lens
have.
down in the fucking. Let me just put the lenses right on the fucking table.
That is
Yeah.
You
kooky.
take your boots off. You
The
put your
hot
feet on
car
the table.
baby thing really sucks because it is just an accident.
It does suck.
Because it's just like I
Well, you don't
fucking
know.
forgot.
That. It's sometimes it's negligence.
It's called a Texas abortion.
Texas abortion, but
Get
like,
rid of it.
but like you could just like forget. I mean, like I could see myself
It's
being
happened.
like, "Oh fuck, I had the baby in the car."
Yeah.
No, it
And now I'm a
happens.
murderer, but I'm just an accident.
You would
We
leave the
have
baby
a-
face down.
We have a friend has a friend who did it as a guy. He did it. He killed his kid, left him in the car, and then his wife and him are still together. They made it through. And there was a
Wow.
trial and everything to see if he had criminal liability.
And he did?
And he got off or whatever. Or maybe he was innocent. He didn't get off. That makes it sound like.
But how do they know what's how would they know if it's criminal?
I
or
think
not?
they go through your texts and your diary and
Yeah.
they check your underwear.
That's
I
what
mean,
a trial is.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, like if it was an accident, how would they? I mean, it seems like
you have witnesses,
Oh, you
character
mean like-
witnesses.
This is what happens every time there's a death.
Oh, you're saying they're
What are you
finding?
talking about?
You're saying they're finding
This
out.
is like the entire
No.
foundation of our legal system.
You're saying they're
am I
finding
crazy?
out if he deliberately murdered them, or
Yes, if a
certain
child
accidents-
dies, you can't just go, well, whatever.
No, but I'm saying you know what I'm saying? Like, if it's manslaughter,
Don't put it on
What about your lawyer?
If
He's just buffering for the next zinger.
If it's manslaughter either way, how do you know whether it's accidental?
But you
negligent,
don't
or
know it's manslaughter yet. It depends on what it depends on what they're
people can
indicted
go to jail
for.
doing that without it being murder. They
Well,
can go to
that's-
jail for
of
doing it
course.
without
Accident.
So how do you separate
They got a
the
bad
two?
lawyer.
They got a bad lawyer. Okay.
There
Well, you
you
go
Just say
in,
he
you
was
go,
white.
you
Just
have
say he was
character
white.
witnesses, and you go, hey, you bring this person in, he loved it. You look at the text, I love our son, whatever. You do
All right.
toxicology.
All right,
I don't
fine,
know.
fine.
What a
That's exactly what. Yeah, there's a trial.
I think my question is very valid.
Jury of
There's
peers.
different types of manslaughter or baby slaughter.
Baby slaughter. Baby slaughter. Now, that's a fucking band that
That's a
should play
band.
Skankfest.
Yes.
They're opening for Captain Smudge.
Baby slaughter. What a night. So, did you see Don't Spank Me? What's it called?
Don't
Speak no
spank me.
evil. Speak
Oh
no evil.
no, I'd love to see Don't Spank Me. Sounds
I
like my
can't
wife.
remember the title.
Speak no evil.
So you recommended Speak No Evil to me, and a great recommendation. But also, it's rare that I have beef with you. You, I very much dislike.
Yeah.
You have your moments.
I'm a good guy.
You're aces all the time. But this guy
You play
just
people
goes.
off each other. You're like Brian Cox in Succession.
This guy goes. Never saw it, but I love Brian Cox.
Doesn't watch TV. That's another podcast.
Oh yeah.
This guy goes, hey, you got to watch this movie. It's great. It's killer. I'm enjoying the film. Great wreck. I text you, what a movie. It gets to the end. They take it.
Oh,
I have a
good.
baby.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, you can say.
Spoiler alert. Yeah, they've watched. I have an 11-month-old baby. They take a baby, they kidnap him, pull his tongue out, and cut it off with scissors, and they show
Whoa.
it.
Spoiler.
I don't have kids, so it sounds great to me. You know, you
True.
have to have kids to understand how horrible it is.
Now, could you get out of that trial?
People with
tongue
kids,
off.
they don't think like he was like, oh, you don't understand what it's like. Like I don't know children suffering if I don't have kids.
No, but clearly it hits him harder now.
Why?
Yeah,
I can be
this is a
affected
big-
by children.
No.
Well,
This
I'm
is
just
a-
over here being like, kid fucking's great. I don't have a kid.
No,
Who
but you're
knows?
doing a thing where you're saying it means nothing to you. I'm not saying
Yeah.
it means nothing to you, and you want to have a kid. Once you have a kid, you'll understand. It will feel different, and then you'll
Well,
apologize.
okay. Well, Ben Moore, who does not have kids, watched it, turned it off in that moment, could not watch the rest.
Well, if he had a kid, he would have smashed the TV.
All right. Well, but you finished and he did it.
That's a performance, though. For him to turn
No.
off a movie 2 hours in, that's a performance.
Someone had cut off his tongue when he was younger, so it hit hard. By the way, am I still in? I feel like I'm pushed out of the camera.
You've never been on camera the whole
Yeah, Doug, you might too.
frame the entire.
Why?
It's supposed to be me and you. Fucking this giant comes in, pushes me
Two
out.
of the hottest
Then
men alive
Norman
have
comes
come in.
I'm not even in the podcast. This is what's happening.
Pull your seat back in.
There you go. This is ideal. The
You
audience
should have
is loving
seen the
this.
roast yesterday. He roasted Aaron Berg.
Whoa.
Bob.
4 judges. 4-0. 4-0 victory for
What?
Berg.
Yamanika said
Smoked
it best. She said, Ronin.
Smoked him.
Ronin.
Rhoda, that's a great film.
Ronanin. Not one of your jokes hit.
Crushed.
What happened? You're a
Natalie, you have
good
a
joke
question?
writer.
I do, and now I don't have a mic. I thought you were really good.
Thank you.
Bombed it. I thought it was really close.
Can't we
Thank
do that
you.
at the end? Can't we finish trashing him and destroying him before we
What are you
bring him back to
doing?
life? No, you did have great jokes, but Raanan is a brilliant joke writer, a brilliant roaster. Wrote some of the best roast jokes for me that in history. The chain wallet, famously.
Great one.
A couple other great ones.
The only thing Jewish about Big J is that he changed his wallet to his pants.
That's a funny joke.
Yeah. Good thing I delivered it. That was at the Lewis roast at Skankfest, Houston. He had another good one. Zach Amico's mother died during childbirth, I assume.
This is great.
He's so good, but
Where was
he
that?
doesn't know his out. First of all, it was outdoors in like the fucking
I'm not an
Parthenon.
arena. I don't know how to do like arena.
Arena?
Like,
How
like
big
it was
was
like,
his
It was in the boxing ring downstairs.
but it was like an
Oh,
arena
oh.
vibe. I don't know how to like yell out to the
You
people.
don't know how to yell out? What are you crazy?
That's all you do is yell.
Well, I fucked up. I was being too subtle because I realized I said that my first line was, Aaron, you're Jewish, but there's nothing Jewish about you. You know, you're not neurotic. You're not funny. You're not doing well in your career. The only thing Jewish about you is how much everyone hates you for your indiscriminate bombing, you know?
Oh.
Funny, but too
great
long.
joke.
Too
But
long. I realized what I should have said is he's pro-Israel because he, like Israel, he's big into indiscriminate bombing. You know, I should have said it
I
like
think
that.
lose indiscriminate.
You don't need indiscriminate. That's a lot of
I
syllables.
used a
That's
lot of
so
big
expensive.
words. They got mad.
He also used.
Skankfest.
We're outdoors at a mall in Old Vegas at Skankfest. He also goes, the best thing, the only thing Aaron Berg's ever written is his own Wikipedia page. Here's an excerpt. They don't know the word excerpt.
Yeah,
And then he
that's true.
goes, and then he said, he's the funniest comedian of all time. Citation needed.
Citation.
Very funny. He busts out citation.
Yeah, come on.
These
got
people have
mad.
tattoos of Luis Gomez on their back. They don't know citation.
Also,
I can see them getting mad, like "Ooh."
I think to just set the table here, it's outside, and the audio. I was saying he sounded like Lou Gehrig making that speech.
and I said Jew Gehrig.
Jew Gehrig.
Hey,
And that got a
liked
bigger
a
laugh
lot.
than all my jokes. Yeah, it was bad. I bombed
You should do
completely.
Jew Gehrig.
I also thought I was going to do really good. That was the worst part. I was like, I'm going to destroy him.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, you're going to destroy him. And then he destroyed me, and everyone's like, he's a hack.
Well, so then he does citation and excerpt, and then Aaron just goes, he's a fat fucking Jew. And the crowd was like,
Now that's a joke.
I once roasted with Sean Finnerty, and
don't know.
the Irish guy. Never roast an Irish person because like it just stings. And like I was doing these subtle jokes, they weren't like laughing, and then he just was his Irish. I can't do an Irish accent, but he was like, "They say you are what you eat." So I guess you should stop eating so many fat faggots. And the audience just like put him on their shoulders, put a crown on his head.
that's not bad.
That's something.
But in an Irish accent, it's just like
Yeah.
like destroys. Never roast someone with an Irish accent.
So Speak No Evil.
Speak no,
Yeah.
we gotta get
Which
to
you
this.
haven't seen either
no,
film.
I'm terrified.
Well, I'm glad you're here. It's. I thought for some reason, the movie was called "Now You See Me."
Now You See Me, which was a
Now You See
Jesse
Me.
Eisenberg heist
Yeah,
magic
that's the
movie.
magic heist
Oh,
movie.
that was bad.
I don't know why I thought that. So the whole time I'm watching this film, thinking that they're gonna like disappear. Now you see me. Now you don't.
now you
That, is
don't.
that
Right.
true? Are you being serious?
I'm 100% serious. I thought that all the way through.
You thought
And
I
so then they're
recommended
like,
Now You See Me to you?
Well, I just thought it was called Now You See Me.
What do
I
you
don't
mean they
know.
disappear? Just disappear? Like
I thought it was gonna get to this weird point of that they're like ghosts or some
That's
bullshit.
a movie about magicians who rob a casino.
You're thinking about that movie. Forget that movie. I just thought this was also a title of this movie.
Oh, okay.
It's a
I see what you're
different
saying. I
kind
see
of
what you're
bad
saying.
title.
I see what you're saying.
Right.
Speak No Evil. Yeah.
Well, there's a couple of movies. So the first time a friend recommended this movie to me, like a year and a half ago, there's a different,
Yes.
shittier Speak No Evil that's on Amazon. You can
Yes.
also, which is like a horror movie that was clearly made for like $4, and like you can't, and the audio's bad. It sounded like your jokes yesterday, and it was like so. Like I watched like 30 minutes of that before I was
Oh,
like,
wow.
this can't be what he was.
And
recommending.
also, it's not called Speak No Evil in what is it from? Is it Danish?
Danish?
Or?
Danish, I think.
It's called The Guests,
Oh, really?
which is kind of like a bad title. The Guests.
Yeah.
The T?
The Guests.
Guests.
Oh,
Yeah.
guess.
The Guests.
With
I
a
think
T.
it's hard. I think
With a T.
it,
Yeah,
I
for
heard
being
guess.
what? You just because I say guess, you have trouble for some reason.
I think you have a
understanding.
hard
Totally
time
different word.
Less
landing it.
digital.
Something about me saying S is confusing to you. What? I don't get it. It's guess.
There you go. All right, boss.
That's the first time I've ever not been able to understand you.
Yeah.
It's tough.
The
my
guess.
my list comes out when I'm nervous.
You nervous?
What are you kidding?
It's just Mark.
I'm nervous about Luke. He's so hot and big.
Speaking of guests, I can't believe I saw Bargatze on Legion of Skanks out there.
He's down. He's
He's
on
here?
Story Wars. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, he's here. I didn't see him.
He's
It's
down there.
insane. Yeah, it's like a mirage. He's sitting next to Jeff Ross.
Careful, Natalie's got the hots for old Bargatze.
Hey,
My mom is very excited for me to meet him.
you could
The
do
old
worse.
my mom.
Your mom is like encouraging your hots for him?
Well,
or
my
what?
mom's really into Luke Mones, evidently.
For me to meet him and take a picture.
Oh, I see. I think Nate's super hot.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think he's
You.
a good-looking guy. Yeah.
Huh.
He's a good-looking guy.
Yeah.
Is he? I can't. He's getting better looking. That's for sure.
Can I tell you
Absolutely.
who I think the hottest comic is
Please.
Scott Chaplin. He's getting a little
All right,
weight.
we got to wrap this thing up. Here.
What
do we do?
Scott Chaplin.
This is
Chaplin.
crazy.
It'd be the third most attractive comedian here.
Chaplin.
He's a
nuts?
beautiful looking
I
guy.
think you might beat Scott Chaplin.
He's a
George
beautiful
Will.
looking guy.
What are you talking about,
He's
Scott
just hot.
Chaplin?
I'm telling you.
What are
He's
you,
hot.
crazy?
I'm telling you. He's so
I
hot.
I mean, he's definitely a. He's
Ran
a,
Azizi's better looking than Scott Chaplin.
I don't know about Raanan. He's
Maybe
got
it's
a weird mug.
He's got great hair.
He's got great hair,
good hair.
but
But,
he's kooky looking.
yeah.
Yes, he's a handsome boy.
I don't know. I
9/11
the-
face.
I'm the hot for Scott Chaplin. Yeah.
Apparently.
Well,
he was in the theater, and you were talking about him, and then he was. We were trying to signal to you that he was there.
Oh, but I didn't say anything bad.
No, I know. It would have been
I
fun.
said Steve Azizi painted his dick black.
I know. You were talking about his dick actually in a nice way. You were like, it's just, it was great to see it. And then people were like, he's right there. And then he kind of like, he put a newspaper above his
Wait,
face.
painted his dick black?
for
He was
new
painted
here.
roast.
Yeah.
What is this about?
Just a naked
He
roast.
did the naked roast. He was the judge.
What's funny is
And he
that
thought it would be
get
a funny
it.
gag.
what's funny that was him. Yeah. But what was I gonna say?
Well, he needs the explanation still.
Yeah, why is his dick black?
It was like a
He painted it black, I think, to be like as a gag.
like a
Be
guy,
funny.
like a black dick.
I see.
I got a black dick.
You know,
Is he huge?
No, I think that's what's so
I
humorous.
see.
That's what's so humorous.
All right.
That's what makes it
such
all
a humorous situation. I do that line all the time.
The naked roast, definitely the feeling you get that I felt more because we also got booted pretty.
We got the
pretty
heat.
early.
It was very
Booty with
embarrassing.
taking photos.
Yeah, it was, no, we
Video.
got booted because it was too crowded. They were like, "You guys got to go," and
I had the old school camera on my shoulder. the headset.
I was on Sticks, but
Sticks is funny.
Sticks is good. Sticks is back. No, but it's just a real feeling. Like everybody comes out and you just go,
Yeah.
That's the feeling everybody's feeling.
Well, here's what happened.
collectively.
Fuck the movie. Don't tell anyone. It's a great movie. What's
Speak
the
No
movie?
Evil.
Speak No
Don't
Evil. It's
tell
very
comedy.
good. It's fun.
The first one's a masterpiece. The second one is
pretty fun.
Is not like it's actually pretty fun. It's not like terrible. The second one's like a
it's
fun
okay.
companion piece, and it kind of like alleviates the trauma of the first one because it has like a happy ending.
It's a little more popcorn.
It like
and-
makes you feel better.
Can I say something to you guys? So the second one, we're spoiling the movie. It's okay to spoil it, right?
Yeah,
You said
people,
so
people watching
they
it, yeah.
die at the end of the original
Horribly.
European movie horribly, and the kid gets his tongue cut out, or her tongue cut out. But
No, it's a boy in the first one, and a girl in the second one.
Well,
I guess they both get
the
her
girl.
tongue cut
The
out.
girl the boy already has his tongue cut out.
Right.
Yeah.
But in the American one, the kid gets free, and they end up killing the bad family. And my friend, I haven't seen the movie yet, but my friend texted me. He was like, "Really good." He was like, "They just made the ending a lot better."
what
and
a
I was like,
fucking
and I was like,
moron.
"Spoiler alert!" And he goes, "That's not a spoiler."
That's a spoiler.
It is a spoiler because I know the ending.
That's a spoiler, but like it had to be that, don't you think? Like they're not going to do the same thing.
I think push back on this. I think saying that they made the ending better is not a spoiler alert.
I think this is why I brought it up because I think it's up for interpretation. I interpret
debate.
it to be like because I knew they were gonna. What was that?
I don't know.
No.
Never heard that on a podcast
The
before.
truth is, any
Take a birth
qualifying,
control.
any qualifying thing, any superlative, it's kind of a spoiler. Anything where you're like, the ending's
Really?
great, what a great twist at the end. It's all a spoiler.
Well, a great
'Cause it-
twist. Wait, you pulled it too far.
Pulled
a
it
great
too far?
twist at the end
That's a
is a
spoiler.
spoiler.
But like saying the ending is a lot better, it just primes you for some. I don't know. It's all spoilers.
Because I assume the American one was going to soften it a little bit. So for him to be like, yeah, they really fixed the ending. They made it a lot better. I'm like, you spoiled the movie. Now I can't go see it.
But I mean, yeah. like,
I don't think that's a spoiler.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
All right, 3-1. I lose. Thank you guys.
No, he's saying yeah.
He's
Top
saying
three.
yeah.
do,
We
do
gotta
I
draw
exist?
here.
Do I fucking exist here?
All right,
Yes.
2-1. I lose. 2-1.
I'm not in
Okay.
the podcast. You're not even counting my vote.
You're out of
To
frame.
say if two people go and see a movie together, they're both familiar with the first one, and then there's a remake, and then the person one says to person two, the ending is better. How is that a spoiler?
Because it is such a famously dark
I agree.
ending.
It's a spoiler. Let me talk about someone else hot in the comedy scene.
Please.
Josh Johnson. Now.
He's here?
Josh Johnson. No, just in the comedy scene. We're going all
We're just picking up
comedy.
random hot men.
Well, Josh Johnson looks a lot like this ex of mine. This
What?
This very cute black girl with short hair. And every time I talk to Josh Johnson, I get like nervous. I'm remembering.
God, dude.
What the hell is going on
This was
here?
a movie podcast.
Yeah, what is happening? We gotta cut your tongue out.
It'd be really
Already sounds like it
Big
was a
scissors.
guess.
We need to remind
One of
me.
those high school paper cutters.
What? He's a feminine looking guy, and she was a little masculine. They
Where
went halfway.
are we? We're talking about tell no one or
Man.
don't
We were
We're
speak.
talking about hot comedy
Wow.
before. I'm bringing it back. He felt left out. He didn't know Speak No Evil.
I'm okay with it.
Now I'm just imagining those big ribbon cutting scissors like the mayor has. on his tongue.
Oh, it's like Big Lebowski with the fucking.
You've never been with a guy who reminds you of an ex?
You missed this earlier. We watched my documentary, sobbing.
I don't know
Wow.
about sob. Well,
It's
I
just so
cried.
sob. Come on, we're trying to sell tickets
All right,
here.
yes, I sobbed. I
Big
cried
sob.
twice. Cried twice.
He's a big-
Twice.
But Raanan comes in, looks at it. He was in there for 3 minutes, looked at his phone for 2 of the 3 minutes.
Wow.
It was
Come
understood
on.
that I'm waiting for the next 2 weeks to watch it. So I was just waiting.
It's a
between
96-minute
spots.
movie you watch for 3 minutes. 2 of the minutes you're on your phone. I think it was crazy. You shouldn't have come inside.
Not a dry eye in the house, though.
Damn.
George, tell him. Tears.
Tears.
Did you cry too?
I was tearing up. I didn't
Well, I wasn't going. But I was going.
insane.
I was going.
That'd be insane.
I was doing
brushing.
this, and actually, I did. I first brushed. That was the first cry, but then at the end, I definitely was doing that.
Why?
See, men are allowed to tear up, but there is a level where it's like you're not really. It's not. It's weird if they were to sob.
You
during
can't
the
do the
movie.
sob.
You can't be like.
But if it gets far enough, it becomes okay again, I think.
I think
I think if
that's
a man
true.
is really like, because then you're like, we got to help
Oh,
him.
yeah,
He's having a
like-
breakdown.
Yes. Like Mystic River. Remember
Is
that?
that?
Yeah.
To say that.
Whoa.
Like someone
Whoa.
saying, "Is that my daughter in there?"
Yes.
He loves Mystic
And then
River.
the cops are like,
The
yes. What are they like? Yeah.
Do you like Mystic River as a Boston guy?
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's
so
all right.
dramatic.
It's first melodramatic.
First 45 minutes are some of the best like movie watching you'll
I
ever
bet you
have.
like that first 5 minutes, huh?
With
Wait, what's the
kids?
first 5 minutes?
They do
With the
remind me of
kids
my.
and the memories.
No,
you
not
really have to know Mystic River. That joke would have hit hard in 2005.
Best Boston movie, Gone Baby Gone.
Gone Baby Gone's great too.
They
Dennis
nail it.
Lehane, yeah, I guess he just corners the market.
He also wrote
Boston Market. Sorry.
That's gold. Boy, we missed you yesterday.
Good to be here.
We had a lot of fun last. We went to bed. I went to bed at 4. I don't even know who I am anymore.
I texted you at 9. You were up.
Oh yeah, I'm back, baby.
That is wild. Yeah, I went to sleep before. Yeah, I went to sleep at like 2.
What about the time? Are we all right on our pod?
Well, we got to wait for Nick. What
Oh,
time
all
is
right.
it? 3:04. Yeah. Well, we're just gonna do a bonus. Is Nick
Chapman
DiPaolo
text
out
me.
there? Can
Luke
someone look?
bonus.
Every pod should just.
I told him to ask somebody once he gets here.
He's going to have a real hell of a time finding this room.
Oh yeah. Well, he couldn't even figure out the place. He's like, "Can I walk there? I'm at the Circa. Can I take a cab?" He's like, "Are you guys taking a cab?" I'm like, "It's
What year is
fucking
it?
half a mile away." Yeah, go down to Fremont and just.
Go up the escalator.
Well,
we
last
got
time
time.
you saw him?
We could cut this and then make this start a bonus.
That's true.
This has been the movie pod.
Wait, you're taking. What is that?
Yeah, this will go into Patreon.
I'd
More
like
people
to.
will
I have
see
some
that.
other movies that I wanted to discuss.
All right, let's do it.
All right, hit me.
Black Mass. I just watched on Netflix.
Oh, so
God.
bad.
I know. I didn't say I liked it.
make
I just
Black
wanted to talk
Mass. I
about
already
it.
did that on the floor last night.
By the way, he's got blood in his stool. He should do something about it.
He's got a bad asshole.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
If I've pooped blood once in my life and I went to the hospital immediately.
Really?
peeing blood. I was gonna poop.
Peeing blood, you're
blood
dying.
is the worst. That means you're like have cancer.
Never
no.
had that.
Pooping
Yeah.
blood is okay if it's a couple times.
I found that out.
but
yeah.
if it's his whole life, that's a problem.
I went to neurosis. All of us know the same thing.
Yeah, and if the blood is like really dark, that means it's higher up, and that means you
Yeah.
might have cancer or like a bleed inside. But if it's like bright red, that means it's right on your. I learned that once I got to the doctor, and they put their hands up my butt, and they were like
Hands.
you
Multiple
know.
hands.
Wow.
No, one finger, but
All
he
the
was
hands.
like you have a here's your problem.
What
you know?
if the blood
It was
is so dark it just looks like regular poop?
I think that's probably what Ari's dealing with.
Oh.
I can't imagine his. Was it? Did anybody see the poop? By the way,
I have seen some samples of his poop before.
Same.
I think that is so offended. That's the only thing I've ever been. I'm clutching pearls. I'm like a woman. I'm offended. I'm offended. I heard blood. I heard poop. I was like,
It's
this
wild.
is offensive.
Well, hopefully he has cancer.
It's wild. I mean, like, who had to clean it up? The staff?
People have been asking me that. I have no idea.
Whoa.
Just imagine a guy with a big mop
I mean,
coming
you know,
in.
it's a
I
little
Scott
rude.
Chaplin.
I assume it's a Mexican.
It's gotta be.
I think that's the policy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it's wild.
Jake Gay, LOL.
But I mean, you know, Zach Amico in the other show, he fucking stapled shit to his dick. It was crazy.
That's not true.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does that every
Balls.
year.
It's
yeah, he does every year.
disgusting.
Face,
Yeah.
balls, head.
What's
That's-
going on?
He really has
Devils,
become
yeah.
like
Wait, that's-
a work of art. Zach.
Yeah.
Sure.
He's like become.
Venus de Milo.
He's
I
like,
was
yeah,
I was
he's like
walking.
art.
I was cutting through the room that he was on stage to
Thank
get
you.
to the other show, and I just heard him go, "All the women I've had sex with, by and large, they're by and large.
That's
so funny.
great.
That's gold.
That's
That's
great.
funnier than anything you got."
Killer.
told me. I think I'm going to take it.
That's really good. Yeah. No, he's great. But yeah, boys.
He makes movies. Have you ever watched one of his films?
No, he's made movies like horror movies.
Yeah, they're Natalie. You've seen them. You don't have a microphone.
I haven't seen him, but he works for a.
Trauma. Did he work for Trauma?
Roma.
The horror. It's like these horror schlocky horror movies.
Oh.
Toxic Avenger. Yeah.
Oh wow! Fun. Why? What do you do? Why are you doing that to your glasses? It's
They're like
insane.
$2 glasses.
How often are you getting a new pair of glasses?
These are reading
you're
glasses.
putting
They
your
cost
thumbs
$5.
on-
Oh,
Thumbs
reading
on
glasses.
These are
Okay.
$5. Fucking throw one.
break
That's the
them,
only
yeah.
one I have here. But I, you know, yeah.
But even if you pay $5, why not just not fuck them up?
Because I'm a destroyer of worlds. I am Shiva, the destroyer of worlds.
Did you see Oppenheimer, Mark?
I did. I enjoyed it. A little
Yeah, it's
long.
fun.
30 minutes too long.
Yeah, at least
Yes.
30 minutes.
Oh my
Well,
God.
they didn't need the Robert Downey Jr. part at all. I thought it was just corny
won an
and
Oscar.
bad. What?
He did.
I feel like he won an Oscar for his only bad performance. I truly think that. I think
Interesting.
that's his only bad performance he's ever done, and he won an Oscar.
It's kind of like The Departed, how they let that one have the Oscar.
Yeah, yeah.
Not
Because
his best film.
Robert Downey Jr. is
yeah.
just like It's like bad. It's like effort. It's bad.
Oh,
Hey,
Nelly.
you found it.
You found us. Thing just got serious.
Hey.
Well, you're here. We're happy to see you.
Welcome to Skankfest.
It's good to see you. I can't believe you're really here. All right, we got to wrap this
All
up. We got
right.
Nick DiPaolo. We
Thank
got a
you, guys.
legend here.
We'll go.
No,
We're done.
Puerto Rican woman, 8 months pregnant.
That's how it starts. I think we got some good,
Yeah.
good
Yeah,
bite
thank
on
you
it.
guys.
Thanks for watching Luke and Joe talk movies. And
Yeah, we'll see you guys next
This will be
week.
the biggest episode. You watch. We'll put Ron's face right on there.
I'm physically getting replaced.
We're going to put you behind the big purple curtain.
See, they say Jews will not replace us, but Jews are just replacing other Jews.
That's
how
exactly
it
what's
works.
happening.
You get rid of a
The
Jew with a
ultimate
Jew.
pyramid
A
scheme.
better looking Jew.
Tiki torch.
Although he is half Jewish, so slowly you're going to be.
You're half?
Oh, yeah.
Steve bonus.
Like Goldie Hawn.
Really?
And Lenny Kravitz.
Thank you.
And Paul Newman.
Is the tall side your Jewish side or your non-Jewish side?
Jewish side. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, thank you.
No kidding. And Goldman, by the way.
Goldman's half?
I know two 6'6" Jews.
Goldman's full.
Goldman's got to be full.
He's a
he's
big
full.
fool.
I mean that with respect.
There's
He's
two
very
types
annoying.
of Jews. There's the Maccabee Jews. There's like the tough Jews, like Maccabee Jews, like the warrior Jews, and then there's my
Warrior
kind.
Jews.
Warrior Jews.
Like there's warrior Jews and then there's like pussy Jews. It's like two types of Jews. Like most people in Israel are like the warrior Jews.
Right.
Where does my dentist fit in?
That's the pussy Jew. And there's my kind.
Well, then there's that because Larry David had a joke on Curb where he's like, "What percentage of sunblock is used by Jews? It's gonna be 90%." But I'm like, half the Jews I know are the darkest people I've ever met.
That's right.
Persian
A lot of-
Jews.
Yeah, brown. A lot of brown Jews.
There's too many of them, frankly.
Too many Persian
yeah.
Jews?
Too many.
No,
Oh.
Jews in general. JK, LOL. Just kidding.
Co-signed.
All right.
right.
Well, that's been Joe and Raanan Talk Movies. Thanks so much for
The big
watching.
three, they call it.
Thanks for having me.
It's really triggering my
It's an
FOMO. But thanks for watching, and we'll be back next week consistently. Now we're doing it every week.
That's right.
Every Monday. So
No.
yes, it's here. We said it. All right. We'll see you next time.
Cut.
All right.
Joe likes Scorsese, and Raanan is Jewy. It's Joe and Raanan talk movies.